We are back today on this Wednesday night. We got Dynamite on the TV. We got Justin as always, and we have Mr. Steviebreech. Breech, how's it going?
I'm doing good. I keep waiting for that contract to come in the mail. This is like at least the 10th show I've been on.
We FedExed it. No. We FedExed it. Justin sent it to me because he signed it already, and then I signed it and I FedExed it to you, and they said that it was delivered to your house, and it was your house because it had your truck, and it had a sticker on the back that said $35 for parking. So I knew that was your truck. So, it's there. That's on you. But so I texted Breech because me and Justin had absolutely nothing to talk about, and Breech was saying that he was watching a video about trains and he had no clue that people still took them. So my question to you is, Breech, you were on a train recently. You came to Chicago for Revolution.
Oh, here we go.
Let's talk about how that became a thing.
Okay, hold on. What kind of train is that?
I don't know. I don't know exactly. It's just a passenger.
Amtrak? Did we get on the Amtrak?
Metro. It's called Metro.
Metro. Okay, well I can understand because where you live is like kind of like a bigger town. Like here we have the light rail that like takes people around, and that's like a small like 3 little cars, and it'll drive all the way from Folsom to like Lower South Sac, and it'll get you around like that. But this guy here, his name is Dylan's Travel Report, and he did a review on taking the Amtrak from New York to Los Angeles. Which sounds like it would be hell to ride a train.
They still have trains here. You could take a train from here, I think, to like Vancouver and back. And it costs as much as taking a plane. It's like, why would you take the train?
That's what I said when they put the damn price on the screen. This guy like bought a suite on the train, and it cost him $1,900. And I was like, there's no way you can't fly from New York to LA first class for $1,900.
That's nuts, dude. Especially because like it takes about the same time as it would to drive. Like, why would you not? Like, I would rather drive from New York to LA than take a train.
Well, I looked it up and I said, Google, how fast do Amtrak trains go? And their first answer was 150 miles per hour, which sounds pretty fucking fast. But then it says like that's how fast they can go, but most of the time they're going about 100. But it still seems like it's gonna take a long dang time. I'm only halfway through the video, and he's not even. Oh, he made it to Chicago, but I mean, like I don't know where he is now, but he's not even halfway done.
Because it took when we went on that train, it took pretty much the exact same time as it would if we drove downtown when we took the train.
Traffic.
Yeah.
There's traffic though, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's like, like I get it. I get why. Because like I know some people who took a train from Kansas to Chicago, but it's like, and that's
you drove, right?
I drove, yeah, because it's the same time. And why would I need to take a train when I can just drive? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway. So Breech, what was going through your head when I called you on that Wednesday to tell you about Revolution going to be in Chicago?
I was sitting in a Girl Scout meeting, and I don't know what was going on, but it's awkward city because I go to the Girl Scout meetings just to show my girls that I care, and I'm there for them, and I try to help as much as I can, even though the Girl Scout leader doesn't like it when I really do stuff because I'm not a girl. That's beyond the point. My ex-wife is there, and all of her friends are there. So like very often it turns into shit on Steve Day, and you just gotta just put up with it. But when you gave me that call, I was immediate. I'll tell you the truth, Mike. I was kind of already looking for an excuse not to go, but you like hit me left and right, like boom, boom, boom. Not a holiday, not this, not that. You can stay at my house, blah, blah, blah. Like, you pretty much were like, hey, we're sending you the damn ticket. Just get on the damn plane, okay? Like, that's it.
I'm not going to say that I rolled out the red carpet, but I pretty much rolled out the red carpet. There was no, like, because I knew that you always said that. Because, like, the last wrestling trip you went on was 32 in Dallas.
Yeah.
So like you always said that you couldn't do these AEW, all in trips because you can't get off on Memorial Day and you can't get off on Labor Day, like the weekends. So when
Yeah.
this was like a random Saturday, I was like, okay, well if Justin and Ravi are in, um, I gotta ask Breach. Like Breach has to go on a trip
I
sooner than
wasn't
later.
first pick. Wait a minute. I was third?
Well, no. Here's the
Hey,
thing.
hold on.
Here's
Breach,
the
you didn't
thing.
know. Me and Ravi text
Mhm.
Mike as the commercial was going on.
The commercial just started, Breach, and as soon as they announced Chicago, I got my phone lit up that from Ravi that said I'm in, and I was like, I don't even know what's going on. And then Justin followed up, and I was like, hold on, and I mean, I was like, I don't, okay, like I guess, because in the moment I was like, oh cool, another show that me and Tommy can go to because we're in Chicago and we can drive there. I had no idea that Ravi and Justin will want to turn it into a trip. So when they were in, I was like, you know what? I don't think a lot of people are going to want to travel for this. I'm going to pull out the wild card and see if Breach can come on the trip. And let me tell you, I love the All In trip. I love the All Out trip. WrestleMania 31 was awesome, but this was the most like relaxing trip that I've had ever. Like this was really a vacation. Even though I wasn't on vacation, I was like an hour from my house. So like the fact that you came in on the Thursday, and before I can even like give you a high five, you gave me the Eloy card that we had talked about like doing like a deal for, and
Yeah.
like so from going from that, and then we went into the Top Shelf Breaks card store. I mean, how was that? Like, I wanted to make sure that happened because that was like a long time coming. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I mean, those guys over there have always been nice to me, and even though like it was just one of those good old YouTube, Twitter connections where it's somebody that you're nice to, they help you, you help them, you think that you're never ever going to meet, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in the same place, and it's like the internet friends goes out the window. It's like you are my real friend. That's all that matters. So I thought it was awesome to actually go into the shop, and because he was busy, he gave us like pretty much the run of the land. We were going behind the counters. We were going everywhere. Like he didn't care. We could have been stuffing our pockets full, but I think he trusted us enough not to worry about us.
Plus, Tommy was there, so it's not like he's gonna lose his job over Crazy Steve like stuffing his pockets with with penny cards. But no, dude, we were there for like 3 hours into the morning. Like I feel like we left up. I feel like we were like there. I think we left at like 2 in the morning, and I was like half asleep driving down like Randall Road trying to figure out where I'm going, and we had to go pick up Ravi and Justin in the morning. So I think it was good that you like came early because I was trying to figure out how we would do it on Friday, but I think we got the benefit of the doubt of going on Thursday because we were able to look at stuff and you were able to like go through all the cards and buy some cards and everything. So I mean that was awesome. What?
I still have them sitting over here in the box. I know right where they're at.
So Friday, that was the first time.
What? I was gonna say, Breach talking about Girl Scout cookies. Remember, me and Mike and Tommy go to Walmart. I'm talking about Saturday. Fuck this timeline, dude. Fuck this timeline. I'm talking about these Girl Scout cookies for a second. So we're going to Walmart for I don't know what. There's a Girl Scout cookie stand in front of the Walmart. I'm marking out because I've never had Girl Scout cookies in my life. I go up to the thing. The lady's like, "Oh, what would you like?" And I'm like, "Well, what's the best out of the three?" And they gave me 3 options. And then after, what was that? The s'mores Girl Scout cookies? Was that the one, Mike?
Something like that.
And I was like, Meltzer 5. What would you give it? And the girl was like 4.5. And then the other girl was like 5 stars. No, 4 3/4. And one girl said 5 stars. Then I said, "Oh, this is a Sean Taker WrestleMania 25 situation." And Mike was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And then I bought them, and they were indeed 5 stars. Mike did not record this whole encounter, and I told him before I walked up. I said, "Record this."
Hold on, Okay, but like in today's day and age, you can't just film random people without getting their permission.
I would say record me, keep the camera on me, but you can hear them talking.
So like in today where like you have to be so specific with everything. Like if this was 5 years ago, Justin, I would have been like, oh, we got to film this. It's going to be great footage, whatever. Like who cares about everybody else? Like we're just going to record if you don't want to be in the. But like today, it's like if I were to say, hey, we're going to film something, then they would like, they wouldn't, like their antennas would be up. Like, what do you mean? And then like I'd have to like go and like to just film you. I'd have to like walk around the table to just film you. It would be really, really weird. It was an awkward situation. It wasn't like a thing that we had like planned. And in the moment, it's like I'm not gonna film random people and like just buy the cookies and let's go inside. You know what I mean? So like,
Mike, you
yeah.
ever seen a Breach video? You film everything. You edit nothing. Just shove the camera in their face. That's it. It's an easy another video you could crop out. Justin buys Girl Scout cookies for first time. Upload. Maybe it's a hit. Maybe it's a dud. But oh man, that's a million hits right there. Although I know, Mike, you want to go in order of like this is what we did. We went here, we went there, we went there. But since we're talking about missed opportunities, I had an opportunity when we were in the Cubs store. I thought I had hit the record button and I'm walking around. And as we're walking around, Ravi talks in the Jeff Spiller voice. And he says something about Chris Bryant, I guess you can say third baseman for the Cubs. And he says, like, I didn't know Kobe played basketball or Kobe played baseball. And, like, I didn't get it. That's when I noticed my finger hadn't hit the actual button. I don't know what I pressed, but I didn't press the big red button. And I'm begging Ravi to say it again. And he's just looking at me like, say what? Say what? Like, he didn't know what he said was hilarious. Everybody was laughing. But, yeah, that was the biggest thing I missed. I hated the fact that I didn't get that thing because I laughed. I'd still laugh at it right now. And I know Miguel would laugh at it if he heard it right now, too.
Dude, that Friday, like, I mean, obviously, like, shout out to my parents for driving around because, like, I couldn't have done that. We went from the United Center to, like, Pro Wrestling Tees to Popeyes to Wrigley Field and then to the Home Alone house. And that was, like, I mean, that's the most, like, if we would have passed the bean, that would be the most Chicago thing that we've done ever. Like, that's the Chicago tour right there. You see Home Alone house, Wrigley Fields, Jordan statue, like it's perfect. So that was like crazy.
Hey, I watched the last 30 minutes of Ferris Bueller yesterday because of the fact that we drove by the Ferris Bueller house, even though Justin and Ravi hated every second of it.
Oh, dude, that was like
I was in the car for so long. I was like, can we just? I need to get out.
Yeah, if we were
to get out, we could have walked around the house. We could have pulled the Benoit. We could have took a Bueller ride.
like if,
oh no!
If that was like the first thing we did, then I wouldn't have minded it. But because that was like after everything, I was just dying. I was like, I just want to get out of this car. Like it's just going crazy, and it was a long day. I got no sleep the night before, so it was just a whole bunch of everything.
Can I ask you this? Because the biggest negative, I think that like our group that we have that goes on these wrestling trips, obviously we all like each other. We're all friends because we've done this so many times and we keep doing it over and over and over again. And like maybe I'm just self-conscious, but I know like the one negative thing about me is that like I kind of like steer the trip and say like I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And I kept saying, like, Mike, I don't care what we do. I just want to go along for the ride. But I just kept sending Mike texts like, man, it'd be cool if I saw this. Man, wow, I've never been here before. Like, how much of that day was based off of things that I kind of didn't want to ask, but I was, like, sort of telling you, like, this is the stuff that I would think would be cool to see in Chicago.
Well, it was honestly fine. Mike would say, hey, we're going to do this. And me and Robbie were like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like they were like really cool about everything because I mean, like they've seen just about everything except for the Jordan statue, Wrigley Field, the Home Alone house. So like we were doing things that you wanted to do, but like they never have done those before. So like I mean, I'm pretty sure like you can Justin and Rowdy can never come to Chicago again, and they're good.
We pretty much peaked at the Home Alone house, and then I was like, okay, I'm tired now.
I randomly heard about the Jordan statue on the Levitard show. Guillermo had gone to Chicago and he didn't know where to go to see it. And I'm yelling at the radio. I'm like, "Yo, you should have texted Mike and asked him." And that's what I texted Mike. Like, "Hey, you ever been to that Jordan statue? Like, is it pretty cool?"
Mm-hmm.
And Mike's like, "Oh yeah, I think we could go over there." And then like he found out that we couldn't go, and then it turned into he thought we had to buy tickets, and I thought it wasn't gonna happen. Honestly, I thought Mike was kind of killing it, saying that it wasn't possible to see this thing, and I was just like, damn, because for years it was outside, and then they moved it inside just a few years ago. I don't know if that's to try to get people to go into the store, or maybe try to prolong the life of the statue so it's not like in the snow and stuff like that. But
I'd say a little bit of both. Yeah, that because I've been there. I've seen it twice, both for Blackhawks games. Actually, 3 times because I went to a Bulls game. So like the fact that they have the store connected to it, I was like, okay, like we'll be able to go through the store and then connect to to see it, because it's like a tourist attraction. They're not gonna pass up on that, that dollar amount that someone might spend if they go through the Bulls store, a $50 Funko Pop, like, you know what I mean? They're not gonna pass up on that. So that was I don't know, it was good to show not only Breech, but like Ravi and Justin something that they haven't seen before, and something that they wanted to see, because I mean soon thereafter you got the Jordan documentary that came out, so you got those pictures to post, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Breech, what did you think about downtown Chicago on Saturday?
Like walking around. Hold on. Like the day of the show. I always get mixed up because I'm not used to pay-per-views not being on Sundays.
Yeah.
Going to see the Bean, and then going to see like that was like one thing that I marked out about, like when they were showing the Jordan Bulls parade, like the victory parade at the end of the documentary, and I was like, I've been there. And even though like Mike was like telling us like, oh, this is where that rapper had a concert, and I was like, oh yeah, really? But I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I knew. That guy on the Twix commercials. He wears a hat
Chance
and it's
the
got
Rapper.
a number.
Chance the Rapper.
Like, oh yeah. He had a rap concert here.
I don't remember that, but yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Mike went to the concert. He got beat up. He doesn't want to talk about it on the podcast, but it's cool. They took his lunch money.
What do you think about the Bean? Was it just like a piece of metal? Like I feel like it is.
Yeah, that wasn't the highlight of my trip. But I mean, like, it is what it is. I mean, it's the place you gotta go. It's like you say. I mean, like, if you came here to Sacramento, I mean, I could drive you around and show you the city in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Like, I mean, like, we don't have anything like that. I mean, I'd probably take you to like the freaking Tower Bridge and be like, hey, this is the road you take to get out of town. Like, like that's about it.
Did you touch the Bean?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Well, it's good, because that's the last time you're ever going to be able to touch the Bean, let me tell you.
Why?
Think about it.
It off?
No, think about it. You really think they're going to have people touching the Bean after all this stuff?
Yeah, dude, just walk up to and touch it in a little drive-by.
I remember that we saw somebody get engaged.
Oh yeah, that's popular there. Yeah, I got a cousin that got engaged there like last year. So yeah, it's awesome. A popular place for that. What'd you think about the show? You dressed up as Orange Cassidy.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was a pop and a half. I remember, like, like trying to think like what am I like gonna wear to the show because I don't really know a lot about AEW. And then one night I got the idea like I should just like dress up as Orange Cassidy, but I didn't want to tell anybody. But I didn't know when the hell I was gonna wear it because I wasn't sure if I would wear it to the convention on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want to like get all my pictures like with CM Punk taken like as Orange Cassidy. I was like, maybe I don't want to remember this the rest of my life. But I thought dressing up and walking around Chicago got one hell of a pop. The second I put the stuff on and then I didn't put the jacket, Mike comes bouncing down the stairs and he's like, wait a minute, you had like a jacket, you look just like Orange Cassidy. And I was like, oh, but I do. And I pulled it out of my bag. And then you're like, oh, dude, if you only had some sunglasses. And I was like, oh, here we go. And I'm like busting them out of the bag, like boom, 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 fresh out of the Old Navy bag, good to go.
Because I mean, you hyped it up for like a while. You were like, oh yeah, I got a shirt or something to wear, and like, you know, and when I saw it, it was one of those things. I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. You know, Breech's Orange Cassidy, it makes sense. I'm trying to think of what else we did. We went to the convention thing on Sunday.
I met The Rock. I met The Undertaker. I met Scott
Oh my
Steiner.
God.
You guys went to the bathroom at the wrong time. I was just standing there.
Undertaker.
The mock.
Right up to me. It was almost like they wanted a picture with me.
Did you get any people that came up to you and recognized you?
Not one.
Oh.
I think Ravi says the same thing when he goes to like the AEW shows. Not that people recognize who he is.
I remember the one guy came up to Ravi and he was like, "Oh, I used to watch you and Breech and Miguel," and Ravi was like, "Breech is over there." He just walked away.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that's the same guy that he walked away from getting a picture with Ravi, and then someone went up to him and asked for a picture with him, and I was like, to Ravi, I was like, who is that guy? I'm like, what? So that was pretty crazy. I find it pretty crazy that a lot of people will like come up to like you guys or like Ravi, Miguel, and like say, oh man, I used to watch your videos, like you're awesome, and then they'll turn around and take pictures with like 10 other people because like they're popular in some way, and I find that that's more today than it's ever been because a lot of those people like grew up watching you guys and now they're making their own videos, and it's like what?
That reminds me of when I was at SummerSlam and some kid came running up to me with his encyclopedia, and he's like, "Will you sign my encyclopedia?" And I begged him no. I was like, no. Like you were just standing in that Shawn Michaels line. You probably got Shawn Michaels to sign this. You don't want me signing this. I'm gonna get. But he goes, I'm gonna get a lot of YouTubers to sign it. I'm gonna get everybody to fill this page up. And I'm like, all right. So I sign it, and then I point over to the video game like place, and I'm like, if you go right over there. And freaking 88 are right over there waiting for me. I'm gonna meet him in that video game booth. And he looked at me like he had no clue who the hell they were. And I'm just like, if those two guys aren't around, you don't even know who the hell I am. Like how does that make any sense at all?
Dude, when you told that story the first time, I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. And so that's when I started getting like, I mean, obviously now they're my friends, like YouTubers to like sign my encyclopedia. So that's why I think I've got a full book minus like Zach and I'm trying to think. And then obviously the people I haven't met, like Britton and Chris and James, and I mean there's a ton of others. But the ones that I have, I think I've gotten them to sign because when I went to the National, I got Phil to sign it, I got the Lorenzo to sign it, Motor City Marks, Lazy Booking.
Isn't that weird? Phil stayed at your house before. You forgot him to sign it the first time?
Oh, no, maybe he did sign it that first time. Yeah, he did because I remember I brought the book with to the airport because when we picked up Ravi, I needed him to sign it because I didn't get him to sign it the first day.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Revolution. The
Breach, was
last
it weird
wrestling
coming
trip
out of
ever.
retirement for the first time ever? I mean, the
And
first time
last-
ever after
first
like
and
4
last.
years.
I think I was kind of nervous about making a video. Like I didn't know how to do it anymore. I think that's what I was most nervous about anything. And then I was kind of like, I remember like texting Mike and like, hey, I found my my old camera. Do people still use these anymore? And he's like, no, everybody just uses their phone. And I'm like, what if I run out of room? Like I need to bring this thing like just in case. But I never even took it out of my pocket. I just used the phone and it was a whole lot easier. And then I was kind of worried. Like I know that like Ravi makes videos, but like what if I like am weird because I still film like it's WrestleMania 32 and I'm filming everything and I'm just shoving my camera in people's faces. But I guess I just thought like I guess if I do it too much then somebody will tell me to stop. But I don't know. I did that. That was the weirdest thing about it. I mean, the second I saw, well, Mike, I'm sorry, I only met you that one time at 31. I talk to you every day, but like when I saw Justin and Ravi at the airport, when I saw you guys, I didn't really feel like I hadn't seen you in 4 years. It didn't feel like that long. It didn't feel like yesterday, but it didn't feel like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. Just felt like a regular trip.
We did it all.
I don't know.
That's the
When me and
last
Ravi
trip
came off the
ever.
airplane, it was just like, well, here we go again.
Yeah.
Like, you know that meme of like the guy walking GTA?
Yeah. Here we go again. Yeah, no, I mean,
it felt like we just came. Like we just came like a month ago.
that's what she said.
You better clean that up.
Okay. Well, on that note, Breach, thanks for coming on. I was hoping that we can talk to you about it because I know we had Tommy on, so I thought it was good to, get your perspective on it. So, all right, that's it. We'll talk to you in the next one.